I didn't upload for 2 days. I'm so sorry. The plan is that I'm gonna either do a double upload today and tomorrow, or I'll just add 2 days into July to complete my challenge of uploading every day. It was supposed to be every day of June, and I don't know. Or we just move on, I'm not gonna give you this soliloquy as to why I didn't upload. But let's just say I had my first date of Pride and it went very well. And that ended up being incredibly mentally consuming. But we're back in the flow. Anyway, so I wanted to make a video today talking about like my number one confidence tip, but the thing that I think is the most important piece to get down if you want to feel more confident in who you are, in your body, and moving through the world as a person in a body, to quote Ariana Grande. I think she said that in her like Wicked interview once or something. Anyway, let's talk about it. I have made a lot of videos talking about my relationship with my body, my relationship with weight and accepting myself at different weights, and how I went through a very intentional process of uglyifying myself. And that might be that my next video after this, it will be like my process of becoming ugly and how I embraced that and what it meant for me to go on that journey. Have that lived experience. But I wanted to talk, whenever I talk about that, I always have people saying like, oh, I can never do that. I can never like allow myself to gain weight, allow myself to become not as attractive. I can never like, I can never basically. And I specifically got a comment on a video where I was talking about this to someone saying, I was talking about my process of allowing myself to become ugly, a very intentional process where I gained a bunch of weight and I shaved my head and whatever, grew out all my body hair. And someone said, oh, you know, and I was talking about how, you know, how life-giving it was for me and how much it made me feel better about myself. And I had someone comment on that video saying, well, this only works if you're already very confident. This already works if you already feel very confident in who you are. Babe, I get a lot of these, okay, here's my thing. I get a lot of these comments of people sort of explaining to me why they can't allow themselves to disenroll themselves from the pursuit of beauty, why they feel like they have to remain in the beauty practices. And a lot of it kind of comes down to like, well, I'm not pretty enough to not care. I need some level of upkeep, or I'm just not comfortable enough in myself, and assuming that like I did not gain weight, I did not shave my head, I did not grow my body hair out because I felt confident. That's not why I did it. I did it because I was not confident. I did it because I was not confident for a very, very long time, and I engaged in a lot of self-destructive behavior because of that. And at some point I had to say, I need to have a life. And that's the fundamental piece of information or my tip, my hack to feeling confident in yourself, is you have to have a life. Women are taught, here's my thing, beauty obsession, beauty investment, caring a lot about how attractive it is you are, is something that takes a tremendous amount of mental investment. To have to think constantly about your weight, about your calories, about your macros, about this is the diet we're doing, no, this is the diet we're doing, oh, now I need to cut out seed oils, oh, I'm going gluten-free, oh, I need to hit my protein goals, oh, okay, I'm doing body recomp, I need to make sure that I'm in the gym at least 3 days a week, oh, wait, no, the gym is gonna make me too bulky, I need to move over to Pilates, oh, wait, no, I need to do some cardio, oh, wait, I can't do too much cardio because cardio is not building muscle, oh, I need to go get my color analysis done, oh, what kind of hairstyle looks the best on me, oh, I need to go make sure that I'm getting the right hair color that's gonna match my undertones, oh, I need to go get these new makeup products, oh, I'm out of my concealer, I'm out of my blush, I need to go get this, does it make sense with my facial structure, my facial harmony? The thoughts never end. My aesthetic, clothing, everything, it never ever ever ends. Women are taught to have this obsession with beauty because the only way you can be obsessed with beauty, the only way you can be obsessed with your attractiveness and be constantly working towards becoming more beautiful is if you just let it be your whole life. It is tremendously difficult to be invested in your appearance, invested in what it is you look like, always wanting to optimize how pretty you are, and have a life outside of it. And that's intentional. That's intentional. There's a reason why there's so many practices and so many things to consider at all times. That is very intentional. The thing that saved me was having desires and dreams and hopes for the future that were going to have to be traded in order for me to maintain an obsession with beauty. And I want to make a brief point here. I think a lot of us assume and are shown We can point to certain examples of women who seemingly have it all. They're extremely beautiful, but they also have these flourishing careers, but they also have these flourishing relationships, but they also have a flourishing health. And we tend to think, oh, I can have all of it. I can occupy all the different spaces and I'll still be beautiful. I can have the beauty obsession and get everything it is that I want. These women are not functioning at their peak. They're not. They're not. You cannot be, we talk about this with celebrities all the time, that these celebrities, you know, they're falling for the Ozempic pandemic. They're having to mold their bodies to whatever the public has decided is the new standard. We're watching them do that all the time. And these celebrity women are changing their bodies, they're morphing their bodies all the time in order to be more in accordance with the beauty standard. They're doing that all the time. These celebrity women, they're not making the music that they can make. They're not touring in the ways that they could tour. They're not performing in the ways that they can perform. They are not having the creative ideas that they could have if their body was not fighting to stay alive. They are not performing at their peak. Every single person you see, every single woman you see obsessed with beauty is not living the life she could live if she stopped caring so much about beauty. Even if she's successful, even if she's wealthy, even if she's married, even if she has a perfect family, even if she has everything it is that you think, oh, this person's perfect, she could be living a life 10 times that. 10 times that. Easy. Easy. Could be living a life 10 times that if she wasn't so obsessed with being beautiful. I can tell you that right now. So completely let go of that idea of like, well, I can have it all. You can. You can. You can. I'm telling you right now. There's a baby in the back. But you cannot have that. You have to have things that you want more than being pretty. And women are not taught to have those kinds of aspirations, to have those kind of motivations, to have those kind of desires. We're taught that love has to be the thing that you want, that getting picked has to be the thing that you want, being desired has to be the thing that you want. We're taught, little boys grow up and they want to be streamers, they want to be YouTubers, they want to be doctors. And little girls, that kind of stereotypical desire that girls have is modeling. It's about being pretty. It's about being looked at and desired and photographed and wanted. Having your beauty cemented on photo, on camera forever. That's what women are taught is the most important thing for them to have. So we're not taught to have those desires, because if you have those desires and you start to aspire towards something that is going to require you to have to turn in an obsession with beauty in order to actualize, then what's going to happen? We're going to have so many women disenrolling with the obsession with beauty, and we have to understand that getting women obsessed with beauty is very intentional on the side of the patriarchy. It keeps it small, literally, and figuratively. It has us thinking that shrinking is the most valuable thing that we're ever going to do, which makes you very, 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 very afraid of taking up space, of asserting your boundaries, of rejecting men who mistreat you. It's a woman who's not obsessed with being beautiful is a very dangerous woman. She's okay. Okay. You have to want something more. So for me, what ended up happening was that I am a writer. I love to write. I've written my whole life. My only goal in life ever was to be able to be a published author and be able to write professionally at that level. That's all I've ever wanted. And it took a lot of different forms and a lot of different, I've been interested in different mediums. I've been interested in different, I was doing screenwriting for a while, and then was into poetry and music and whatever. And then I started writing essays. And I realized that if I wanted to actualize this goal, if I wanted to write in the way that I wanted to write, if I wanted to put myself in the rooms that I needed to be in order to get closer to this goal, to get to the universities that were going to teach me how to improve my writing ability, if I wanted that, then I was going to have to stop caring about beauty for a second. I'm going to put the binky back in her mouth. I could not maintain an obsession with beauty and have the writing career that I wanted to have. Couldn't have the friends that I wanted to have. Couldn't have because also that's another thing. No tea, no shade. I'm not trying to be mean to you or anything. It is very, very difficult to be someone who shows up in friendships in a really beautiful, meaningful way. Oh no. It's very difficult to have both. Because like people, if you know people who are extremely like obsessed with being attractive, they tend to have very surface level conversations. And they tend to be very invested in checking to see whether or not you validate their looks. Whether they're coming at it from a place of like, you're more attracted to me, you're more attractive than me. And so I am wanting to kind of maintain that hierarchy where I feel good when I'm around you because you're more attractive than me, or if it's a thing of you are more attractive than me, and then there's like a hierarchy competition that's happening between the two of them, but then between the two of you because of that. Does that make sense? That's something that happens all the time, and it's very difficult, I think, to be able to like maintain, to be able to show up in friendships, in friendships, romantic relationships in a meaningful way if you're so obsessed with like, I need to be validated, I need to be liked, I need to be wanted, I need to be picked. It makes you very shallow. And I think it might sound like I'm not being a good enough girls girl, I'm being mean by saying that, but it's true. It's true, it's hard to maintain those two things. Yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of an aside. But you have to want something more than you want to being pretty, because you have to want something that's going to and here's the thing, like any goal you have truly, whether it's you want to get a certain degree, you want to move to a certain city, you want to be like a solo, what are those things called? Solo traveler, like people who are nomad, like a digital nomad or something, or if you wanted to write a book, or you want to make movies, or it doesn't matter. You have to want something any of those things are going to require you to give it your all mentally. You cannot maintain your body and beauty obsession in the pursuit of having those things. Literally any of them. So if you just formulate any sort of motivation, desire, aspiration for the future, and I'm not saying you need to be someone who's like, I need to be a billionaire, I need to have all these grand goals, and I need a pop star, I need to be like Taylor Swift. You don't know. Like, I also am not interested in this sort of like capitalist notion that the only like valuable life is a life where you're making a lot of money and you're extremely famous. That's not the way that I'm talking about this either. That's not something that I agree with. So, broadly speaking, you need to have these wants and these desires that are going to ask more of you than, how do I want to word that? That ask a lot of you, you know? And then you have to realize, like, it's there's a long time where I was trading in my dream, my aspiration for writing in exchange for becoming prettier. Like, that was something that I did for a period because the obsession with being beautiful was more important to me. And then it took me having to go so long where I realized that I was not as close to my career goals as I could have been because of what I was doing for years to my body, to my mind, just obsessing over beauty, and being pained in that way. So my goal, oh, I want to be more confident. It's not about needing to find the makeup routine that makes you feel the most comfortable. It is not about some secret, because like once you just realize it's stupid, it's dumb, it's wasting your time. It's wasting your time. Everything that you think is going to be on the other side of being beautiful is going to be something that's profoundly shallow and unsatisfying. It's going to be empty calories. That's what it is. And it's not until you give yourself something truly nourishing and enjoyable do you see that. And I hate that I feel like so many women have to do that. They have to have the empty calories. And because of the fact that most of us are not giving ourselves something truly nourishing to know what it feels like to be interested in something truly valuable and enjoyable, a lot of us are not doing that for ourselves, so we don't know. We don't know that the ways that we've been taught to obsess over beauty are profoundly unsatisfying. So we need to engage in those more satisfying pursuits and desires. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you. Sorry for the little interruption. She's chill now. Yeah. Bye, guys.